Hey everyone, welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. So today we have a drag build and tune for this 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. So first we'll look at how fast it is in the drag races, then we'll be taking it into the festival where I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it. So if you enjoy the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so coming into the festival site here, just going to line up at the staging booths at the drag strip, and we're going to launch down to see how fast we can get by the speed trap at the end. So we're going to launch this car from about 4,000 RPM, drop it there, bit of wheel spin in first gear, but it takes off very nicely, up into 5th now, hold it down, and passing the speed trap at 326 kilometers an hour. Alright, so now we'll be taking our 2018 Jeep Trackhawk into the festival drag strip race so that we can see how fast it is against the other cars, as well as getting a time by the end of the strip. So we should be able to beat everyone off on the launch here, and by the end, up into 2nd gear already, the wheel spin in first, pulling us off the line, up into 5th now, pulling away from everybody else, flying along. We won that race super easily, and we got a time of 14.2 seconds. So despite the Trackhawk being quite heavy, it still holds up very well as a drag car. So now we'll be taking it into the festival where I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it for drag racing. Alright, so if we bring our stock Trackhawk into the custom upgrade menu here, first off we'll come down to the conversions and into the engine swap. In here we'll be putting in the 7.4 litre V8 twin turbo to make a lot of power with this engine, so we'll chuck that in there. Then we're going to come out of the conversions tab, as we don't want to switch it to rear wheel drive and we don't need the wide body for the car. So out of the conversions, now we'll come over to the tyres and rims. In here we'll be putting in the drag tyre compound as always, then making the front and rear tyres as wide as possible for maximum grip. Then we'll be throwing on some lighter weight rims, reduce that rotational mass a bit, throw on these ones. So come out of the tyres and rims now and into the drivetrain. So in here we'll be throwing in the race clutch, then the 7-speed race transmission. We're also going to follow that with the race driveline and the race diff. So you can come out of the drivetrain now and into the platform and handling. In here we'll be doing the race brakes, then off-road springs and dampeners. Also going to do the race front and rear anti-roll bars, and then finally the race weight reduction. So there's no engine upgrades for the engine we've swapped in, but it does make heaps of power. It's already maxed out, so you can go ahead and apply all of these upgrades. Alright, so with all of those upgrades applied, we can now come over to the custom tuning menu here. So I'll leave the tune code on screen now, but I'll also show you everything that's going on. So for the front and rear tire pressures, we're going to set this down to 1.0 bar, which is the equivalent of 15 psi front and rear. Then if we come over to the gearing, we're going to set our final drive ratio down to 2.90, come all the way down to there. Then for the rest of the gears, we're going to change our 3rd gear to 1.95. 4th, we're going to set this to 1.48. 5th, we're going to set this to 1.14. 6th, we're going to set this to 1.00. And 7th, we'll leave at 0.80. So if we come over to the alignment tab next, we're going to set our front and rear camber angles to 0 degrees. Then if we come down to the front cast angle, we're going to set this to 7 degrees. Next, if we come over to the anti-roll bars, in the front here, we're going to bring this up to 65, which is the maximum. Then we're also going to do the same for the rear, bring that up to 65 as well. Now if we come over to the dampening tab, we're going to set our front rebound stiffness to 1.9, come all the way down to there, 1.9. For the rear rebound stiffness, we're going to bring this to 7.7. Next is the front bump stiffness, which we'll leave at 2.1. Then the rear bump stiffness, we're going to set this up to 7.3. So with the stiffnesses applied, we're going to come over to the differential tab at the end. So for your front acceleration here, we're going to bring this up to 90%. Then if we come over to the rear acceleration, we're going to bring this all the way up to 95%. Then finally, the center balance, we're going to set this to 75%. So that's it as far as the tuning goes for the Jeep Trackhawk, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright, so this has been a drag build and tune for the Jeep Trackhawk. So if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, you enjoyed the tune, don't forget to like and subscribe.